Okay, now when the data gets to the program at the other side, which is working at the port number 80, it needs to know HTTP completely, know all the configuration and specifications of HTTP, or otherwise it wouldn't be able to understand all of this data in here. If I click on this, you see in the lowest tab, these are the real bits. So these real bits are only meaningful for the HTTP implementation programs. A program that knows HTTP completely, and as we said, is an implementation of HTTP, is a program or software which would cause a server, a normal computer, to act as a web server. We call these programs or applications in general web server applications, and the most common and important web server application out there is Apache. So when we say Apache again is nothing but some application that has been implemented and has been taught all the HTTP configuration and specifications and knows everything about HTTP. Now, when this data gets to the other side, if the web server application running at the other side at the port number 80 is Apache, it looks at this line. It says get, then /http/1.1 /r and /n. This should be exactly like this, or otherwise it wouldn't be able to read them. So this line for Apache means that that this source wants all the documents at the main page or index.html. This / means the main page, and it wants it using the get method, which is a method in HTTP. And then in the next line it says that the host is kali.org. So when it gets to the destination, it knows that the client has asked for all the information in the main page of kali.org. These are the only two mandatory lines for HTTP communication to work. After that, the client may provide other information like the user agent, the encoding and languages, and other things. Now the Apache reads them and completely understands them, so it knows it wants to provide the related response. In the next packet, in here, we get to the response. You see, now the source and destination IP address have been replaced with each other. Now in the response, again, we could look at all the different information in here. For example, if we look at the TCP, the source port now is 80 and the destination port is 8019. The same port in here that we said when the client wanted to initiate the communication, this port number has been assigned to it by the operating system. Now in here, because the browser, which is acting at the client side, is using the port number of 8019, all the data would go to the program which is listening at this port. Now if we look at the HTTP information in here, we could see that it says HTTP 1.1 301 moved permanently. So the response that the kali.org gave us is that every code has a specific meaning in the HTTP. It said that the address that you provided, kali.org, has been moved permanently, and then it has provided us with the correct information so that we could send our request to that address. If we look, it says location is https then www.kali.org.